Hello, and thank you for coming to this Becoming a Effective Canadian Leader workshop. Today, we will be discussing what Canada's general population does and does not look for in a leader, and what you can do as an aspiring leader to establish yourself as embodying these values. Let's begin with a couple of things to avoid. A good Canadian leader does not demonstrate their power through military prowess, extensive financial knowledge, or holding strong on every policy they pass, even when they're not working out. A leader with humility and the ability to focus on achieving the country's long-term goals will develop a much more positive public reputation than one with a hyper focus on maximizing GDP or establishing military dominance. A good Canadian leader understands a great deal about other parts of the world, is willing to listen to other smart people, and has a forward next generational focus for the country and its citizens. They also must be socially progressive in the sense that they are open to all lifestyles and care about the impoverished community. Recognizing and being able to admit mistakes when they've made them, as well as seeking advice from others when it is needed, is another cornerstone of effective Canadian leadership. The ideal Canadian leader is fluent in both of the national languages. French and English are fairly split in the country, consisting of a 60% to 40% split respectively. Speaking both languages will allow the candidate to more clearly implement their outward-looking policies. In addition, they will also be better able to receive advice and communicate with others about what policies are working and which ones should be improved or potentially abandoned altogether, to, in the end, establish the most effective leadership strategy for the country as a whole. Overall, Canada is not necessarily interested in a leader demonstrating the typical characteristics one would usually associate with being powerful. And because of this, in order to be effective and viewed as a strong leader in Canada, one must exude politeness and not only accept new perspectives, but actively seek them out to get a better, broader picture of how Canada fits into the global economic and cultural structure. This importance is highlighted by highly respected Canadian Abacus data analyst, Bruce Anderson, saying, "We value politeness over manifestations of power, and we believe that saying you're sorry when you should is no weakness, rather a virtue." This idea of being a virtuous leader is a common theme in Canadian public opinion and serves somewhat as the differentiator between Canadian leaders and those of other more authoritarian regimes such as Brazil and other Latin American countries. As you can see, self-accountability and long-term dedication to open-mindedness will go a long way to establishing yourself as a strong, effective leader in the eyes of the Canadian public. Marketing yourself as such and showing that you are driven by these values will be paramount to advancing your career as a Canadian leader. Thank you.